Do you know how powerful you are?
We are all great. No matter if you think you're dumb, no matter if you think you're fat, no matter if you are fat, no matter if you've been bullied, or no matter if you just got back from Iraq or Afghanistan and you have no legs or your arms or whatever, man, we all have greatness. You gotta find the courage. You gotta find the courage to put your Bose headphones on and silence the noise out of this world and to find it. And to find it because it's out there, but it's gonna take hard work, courage, self-discipline. It's gonna take all the non-cognitive skills. All the non-cognitive skills to be great. You know, smart is good, all this stuff is good, that's all cognitive. It's the non-cognitive skills that set you apart from everybody else.
You are who you are today because of all the choices that you've made in your whole entire life. But you know, as we're growing up, we have a lot of people who try to tell us how to make these choices. Our parents, our teachers, our bosses, our friends, even our neighbors. They try to tell us how to live our lives, what we should do, where we should go, how we should walk, how we should talk. But my question for you is this: if you're trying to be what other people want you to be, then who will be you?
Every day, we're seeing who we are as people. When I was growing up, I lied for people to accept me because I didn't accept myself. So I would make up stories so that you would accept me into your world. Everything I did was for someone else to like me. It wasn't until I started reading my own book about how pathetic I was as a human being. I could blame my dad, I can blame kids at school, I can blame having health issues, ADD, my mom not being around. Great mom, but she was doing her thing. I could blame a lot of people. And that's the book I was reading. And I put it off on everybody else. It wasn't until I said, you know what, for me to fix this, I gotta read what the fuck is wrong with David Goggins? Not blame anybody. Read my book and say, okay, I'm afraid of my shadow. How can I overcome that? Go in the military, get your ass kicked, do things you hate to do. Be uncomfortable every fucking day of your life. Roger that. I'm not the smartest kid in the world. Okay. Instead of somebody saying, oh no, you're smart. No, don't say that to yourself. I said to myself, no, I'm a dumb motherfucker. Okay, roger that. How you get smarter? Educate yourself. So the things that we run from the truth. We're running from the truth, man. So the only way I became successful was going towards the truth. As painful and as brutal as it is, it changed me. It allowed me to become, in my own right, who I am today.
Our stories may be different, but I bet some of you grew up with single mothers or fathers. Maybe you came here from Africa or the Caribbean. Maybe you were the first in your family to go to college like I was. Maybe there were times that you didn't have a place to live or enough food to eat. You see, the odds were against you. The odds were against you making it here today. But guess what? You did it. You put this day on your calendar. You overcame the odds. You made a decision and you saw that decision through. So I ask you one more time, do you know how powerful you are?
Raise the rest of your life to meet you. Don't search for defining moments because they will never come. Don't wait until they tell you you are ready. The world might say you are not allowed to yet. I waited a long time out in the world before I gave myself permission to fail. Please, don't even bother asking. Don't bother telling the world you are ready. Show it. Do it. What did Beckett say? Ever tried, ever failed. No matter. Try again. Fail again. Fail better.
Don't be afraid to close your eyes and dream, but then open your eyes and see. For a lot of people, the distance between their dreams and their reality is intimidating, and they get stuck. They get paralyzed, just like I was in that marathon. And the only way forward is to be real about what it's going to take for you to achieve those dreams. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to tell yourself the truth. You have to tell yourself the truth of what it's going to take for you to be successful. It doesn't come easy. You're going to have to go out there and get it. Nobody's going to give you nothing. There's no rescue team coming, no National Guard, no aid coming, nothing. You're going to have to go out there and get it. And the only way forward is to decide you want that dream. The only way forward is to decide that you want that dream so bad that you are going to work harder, you're going to get up earlier, you're going to stay later, you're going to push past the people who doubted you and laughed at you and hated on you. I want you to be fearless. I want you to be decisive. I want you to make a decision right now that when you fail and you fall to your knees, I want you to remember the power of you, and I want you to get back up on your feet. Make a decision today that when you're in the darkness, you'll remember the power of you. You are your own light. I want you to remember.
So the key to success is to stop conforming to other people's expectations and start performing to your own level of expectations. It's to believe in yourself. It's to know that what you want will eventually come to fruition as long as you believe it. You see, you have to have faith, and faith is knowing that what you want will eventually come to fruition as long as you believe it. And if you feed your faith, you'll find oftentimes that your fears will starve to death. Because if you believe in yourself, everyone else in the world will believe in you.
If you only have 24 hours in a day, your success is dependent upon how you use the 24.
How many hours a day you waste, or how many hours a week you waste. And the classic answer is something like 4 to 6 hours a day. And so if your life isn't everything it could be, you could ask yourself, well, what would happen if you just stopped wasting the opportunities that are in front of you? You'd be who knows how much more efficient, 10 times more efficient, 20 times more efficient. That's the Pareto distribution. You have no idea how efficient people get. It's off the charts.
So I just want to show you something. When I was broke, if you look at my schedule, you'll see that I woke up whenever I felt like waking up. That's what you'll see first. Now, I told you before, if you watch my videos, I studied the top millionaires in the world, and I discovered that they all wake up at 3:30 in the morning. Right? But watch this, 3:30. I started thinking, and I'm like, wow, if they're getting up at 3:30, and everybody else is getting up at 8 and 8:30, the reason why they're successful is not because they're smart, but the reason why they're successful is they just got a 5-hour jump on the world. And so I started first at 7 o'clock, and then I played a trick on life. I started getting up at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then you know how the time changes? Well, I pretend like it was still the same time when it went back. And I started getting up at 6. And then the year after that, when the time went back again, I just pretend like it was the same time, and I started getting up at 5. And then the next year, I started getting up at 4, and now I get up at 3. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been getting up at 3 for 6 months, and it's getting bad now. Sometimes I'm getting up at 2:15, sometimes 1:45, and I'm starting to see everything in my life change. Why? Because I'm putting more time in, and guess what? If you get up at 2 and put in work, if you finish, you can take a nap. I can tell you all about your life if you just write down your 24-hour schedule for me and you let me look at it. I can tell you where you're going to be in 5 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 10 years. I can tell you where you're going to be in 20 years if you keep that schedule.
Imagine a conversation with your future self. In that, let's imagine that the you of 20 years from now shows up at your doorstep, and that you is stronger, smarter, wiser, wealthier, healthier, happier. And that you shows up at your door. And it looks at your life, looks at where you live, what you do for a career, what you're giving, how you're showing up, how you're treating other people, what you're after in life. So the you of the future looks at your whole life in totality today. And it looks you in the eye, and it's if that future you was going to give you advice on what to stop, what to start, on what a more courageous action would be, what's the first thing they would tell you to be or do to be more courageous?
Look, everyone has a problem with time, but the day has 24 hours and we sleep 6. Now I know there's some out there that say, whoa, I need 8. But I say just sleep a little faster, because the bottom line is we have 6 hours of sleep, 24 hours are available, so you have 18 hours now available to your work, your family, your hobbies, and also to learn something new or to do something new, which could easily be that you want to learn a new language, or that you want to read as a New Year's resolution, I have to read a book every week, or you say, I'm gonna go and reshape my body. So you're gonna go and take this hour out of your schedule and say, I'm gonna train an hour every day. So this is, for most people, a huge challenge, but it is totally doable, I can tell them, because the kind of things that I did when I came to this country. I mean, I went to school, I was working on construction, I was working out my 5 hours a day, I was taking acting classes from 8 o'clock at night to 12 midnight. I was doing all of those things. I wanted to make sure that out of the 24 hours of the day, that I don't waste one single hour. Those hours were too precious. And so there I just want to tell people, don't give me this thing, I have a difficult time with the time and I don't have time for this and I don't have that. You have time, you make the time.
Time is our most valuable commodity, right? And you can slice that and dice that a million ways, but at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. All we are is the time that is allotted to us, right? And it's funny because it is the most important thing, but it's so easily, so incredibly overlooked. You know, I always say human beings are irrational beings, irrational creatures, right? We trade time, we trade now for the idea of someday, right? We'll start someday, we'll start later, we'll be happy later. It's something to think about, not once in a while, but every day. It's something to compare your actions to align your day with, because you'll find that when you make room for the things that you need, that you want, that you love, life becomes incredible.
I believe that opportunity looks a lot like hard work.
The only thing in life that stands between you and everything you've ever wanted to do is doing it. All that stood between me and everything I've ever wanted to do in life was doing it.
It comes down to this, Elvis. I think you have to work hard. Like, just so everybody knows, we haven't gotten into this subject yet. Working hard is the cost of entry to anything. You know 0 people that are successful that don't work their face off. You know 0 people. Now, they may have money because mommy and daddy made money and gave it to them. But people that actually built their own success, you know 0 people that have had success that did not put in obnoxious amounts of work.
When you see the famous people, wow, so successful, you don't know behind this story, how tough they are, like people, wow, Jackie, the move is so good. When everybody sleep, I still in the health club, in the mirror, practicing, like this, and 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, get up on the set. Then you suddenly do something, very beautiful. Oh yeah, go back, training again. Okay, there's a snake head, that's a snake mouth, that's snake tongue. Okay, you create more things.
It's funny, everybody wants a shortcut, right? That's the most common question people always ask me. Tell me the key. And there is no magic. It's just a lot of little things you gotta do every day. Success is all those boring, sexy things that have to get done every single day to move the ball forward.
And so that's when I learned the tough lesson that nothing happens overnight. There's no such thing as overnight success. And that's the biggest thing we do to our young people, tell them that there's an animal as overnight success. You have to bust your ass, roll up your sleeves, and attack.
Do you think in order to succeed, not just in the fashion business, but just to succeed generally, is it talent or hard work?
It's a combination of both, but I would say it's slanted towards hard work, slanted towards obsession. There are many designers who have much greater talent as a designer than I do, but they may not have my drive, they may not work as hard, they may not have the focus, the desire. I mean, you have to have a talent, because in the end, you can have all those things, and if the pair of pants you make don't make someone's butt look good, they're not going to buy them.
Yeah,
so
sure.
you have to have the talent to be able to make something that people want. But then you also have to have the drive and the desire to, sometimes people are successful because maybe they don't have that drive, but they have someone around them who takes their raw talent and pushes them. But what you often see is when that other person steps away, their career can collapse, even though their talent may be immense.
You know, everything happens for a reason, and there's a story to everything, and if you take time to realize, you know, what your dream is and what you really want in life, no matter what it is, whether it's sports, whether it's other fields, you have to realize that there's always work to do, and you want to be the hardest working person in whatever you do, and you put yourself in position to be successful. And you have to have a passion about what you do. And basketball was mine, and that's what's carried me to this point.
And if you're watching this video right now, and if you want it as bad as I hear you want it, and if this is your year, and if 2017 is going to be your year, and if this is your moment, and if you're sick and tired, and it's your time, these 31 days in August is exactly when you triple down, when you 4X, 5X down in your hustle. While everybody's at the pool drinking rosé, this is when you put in the grinding hours and get ready for your master plan.